Hey guys, it's me again. I'm going to do an updated video tutorial of Poshmark because they have changed quite a bit of stuff and the way it looks and stuff. I'm going to do the tutorial from the laptop, so it's going to look a little different than a phone will. But as I go through from just memory, I'll tell you what the difference is. So I'm going to turn this around. All right, this is my closet. And I definitely need to do something with this here because my picture is not what it should be. But if you go up here to the corner, it's got my closet, promoted closet, drafts, likes, offers, campaigns, recently viewed, size, bundles, off shoppers, saved shows, so on and so forth. Promoted closet, let's talk about that for a few minutes. So promoted closet is something you can pay for weekly. It's quite pricey. If you're going to do it, I would use the free trial, and that's all I would use, and I would like get out of it. But I proceed with caution because I've seen some people having issues of not their trial or whatever not being canceled, and then they're getting charged. I've never had that issue. I don't use Promoted Closet. I use Prime Lister. It's PRIMELISTER. I do have a link for that if you would like to try it, a 7-day trial. No credit card information needed or anything for that, which I thought was pretty cool. And if you sign up, you get, I think, 30% off of your first month, so it's like 17 bucks or something. I am an affiliate, so I do make a commission for each person that does sign up and pays for at least 1 month's service. So if you do that, I very much appreciate it. I have had a few, so I greatly appreciate you. So let's go ahead. I'm going to turn this back around and I'm going to show you where and how to list. And let me just go ahead and tell you, clean pictures, unwrinkly clothes. These were actually, I done these through Nifty, so it took the background out, which I really like. But I'm no longer on Nifty right now, so just make sure you have good lighting and clear pictures when you do list. So we'll go up here. So sell on Poshmark. This is where, when you do it on a desktop, it's going to be up here. If you do it on your phone, it's usually down at the bottom and says sell. We're going to go there. And what you do is you download your photos and all to a computer, which a lot of people do that. I do not. It takes me more time to do that. But you'll add your photos here of your item. And you're going to add what you're selling. So Ralph Lauren, blue, preppy, extra large, whatever style top it might be, or t-shirt or whatever. Poshmark's really like big on aesthetic names and stuff. Like instead of calling something brown, call it camel or tobacco, or just it's a little different than the other platforms. Personally, for me, I list them the same on all, except for maybe switching the words around. But it'll say right here, share key details like brand, size, and color, which is the most important. And then you're going to tell shoppers here about your listing. Describe the brand, size, color, the condition is important, material, and any other noteworthy details. The noteworthy details I get asked a lot, or used to before I started doing it. Make sure to add pit to pit, and I always add the shoulder to the hem or bottom of the shirt. I add those measurements, and then top of shoulder or shoulder to wrist arm measurements, and you can do armpit to wrist measurements as well. Measurements are important in my opinion. You select your category. So there's women, men, kids, home, pets, and electronics. We'll do women. Accessories is going to be like hats, hosiery, card holders, laptop cases, phone cases, belts, face masks, and other items. But we'll just go down. We'll do bags. And then, of course, there's different types of bags, too. And if you don't know what's what, then you just Google photo it, and it'll usually give you a description of what you have. If you're unsure of it, I'm still learning lots of styles and names for things, too. This is a single item. You use multi-item if you have more than one of something. So I had 2 tubes of MAC lipstick, and I had those on here. It had a quantity of 2. I have sold one of those, so now, of course, it's 1. But one size or size, whatever you're going to make it. whatever your size is, of course. Condition, we're going to select whatever it is. Good, with minimal signs of wear, to note it in the description or photos. I do a lot of mine here, but I also like to use like new because I have a lot of like new or new without tags items. Of course, enter your brand. If you don't have the brand, you can use unbranded, or if I'm not mistaken, you can type in the brand and it'll put it in there, even if it's not in their selection of names. You can do up to 2 colors. I'm not a fan of that. I think you should be able to do more than 2, but that's what it is. It is what it is. Style tags. So you can find style tag lists. I have some, you got nautical, beach, summer, casual, business casual, flirty, grandma, like grandpa sweaters, coastal grandma. There's just like numerous tags that you can use for that. And then you're going to put what price you want for it. Poshmark is going to take 20% of that price. And it'll tell you right here, Poshmark seller fee. So 15 and over is going to be 20%, and then there's a fee of $2.95 for $15 and under. And their platform is very easy to use, so their commission or fees are a little more than others, I believe. And then you just click next, and it's going to list it for sale for you. On a computer, to me, it's going to be more time consuming, but that is really all it is to it. Mercari works very similar, except for Mercari, up to 1 pound is like $6 or $7. I use a lot of UPS on there because they're cheaper. For up to 2 pounds, it's $7.97. If you go over a pound with Mercari, I think it jumps to like $11. It's pretty expensive. So you got to figure that into your pricing if you want to do free shipping for the customer. I just tried it. Most Mercari stuff is a pound and under when I sell on there. Unless it's something I'm going to get, list it for $100, then I don't mind maybe paying for the shipping, if it's like an $11 shipping. Oh dang, there was another thing I was going to tell you and I forgot what it was. eBay is where I've kind of transitioned to, because it is the largest marketplace. It's bigger than Poshmark, it's bigger than Mercari, it's bigger than all the other ones that there are out there. I've tried Vinted, didn't care for it. I tried Depop, didn't care for it. I know eBay bought Depop, so it may be different now, but wasn't a fan. So I just use these main 2, and Mercari, so 3, and sometimes Marketplace. But that is just some advice I have for you, and then kind of showing you how to go about this. If you list and delist multiple items, say you do start selling and you're selling on multiple platforms and you sell something and you start going back, Poshmark is really bad about if you delist or delete a lot of listings, they're going to suspend your account. I think it's dumb, because if I sell something on eBay that I had on Poshmark, I'm going to delete it off Poshmark because it's no longer for sale. And we should not be suspended for deleting something we've sold. So there is a petition out there for that on change.org as well. I've signed it. When I signed up, there was 50 people on it. 2 weeks ago, there was more than 200 people on it. So we just need to keep passing it around and get that thing signed and submitted for Poshmark to, if they're going to change all these things on us, then they need to learn how to work better with the sellers. So biggest thing is when you ship something out. Oh, another benefit of Poshmark is up to 5 pounds is $6.47 to ship. So that's the really good thing about Poshmark, because all your other seller platforms, it's going to be usually more than $6. So your buyer will be paying that. eBay sellers, or eBay buyers, usually don't have a problem with paying the shipping. So just some things to think about, but be very descriptive. Any little snag or anything, make sure you take pictures of it before you ship it out, because I have heard there's a lot of fraudulent stuff going on with Poshmark as well. Sorry this is so long-winded. It's almost 10 minutes long, but I hope you enjoy it and I hope you learned something. Let me know what you think in the comments.